Welcome to SEAS Guide. This video will show you how to configure and access the Safe Exam Browser and the MAAP-SEAS. I will now navigate to the device configuration for iPad. Step 1. Connect to the designated Wi-Fi or access point where the proctor instructs you to connect. Step 1.1. Set this connection as auto-join. This will ensure that there would be no hassle in reconnection, in case the Wi-Fi restarts, or your device is disconnected from the designated Wi-Fi. Step 1.2. Forget other nearby known Wi-Fi connections on your device. Step 1.3. Also remove or disable any VPN connections that you have, if there's any, because the system is locally accessed, and using VPN would not allow you to access it. Failure to do all the steps above may compromise your browsing experience during the assessment. Step 1.4. Sign the attendance login using the Google form, using this link, Attendance Login. Step 2. Ensure that you installed the Safe Exam Browser, SEB, for iPad. Step 2.1. Tap App Store to open it, and search for Safe Exam Browser by ETH Zurich. Step 2.2. Tap the Get button to start the download. Step 2.3. An icon of the SEB will appear once download and installation is successful. Step 3. After the installation, run and configure the application. Step 3.1. The prompt, Options to start an exam, or configure Safe Exam Browser for your institution will appear. Tap more information on the bottom part of it. Step 3.2. In the current prompt, do the following. A. Tap Administrator to select as your role. B. The instruction for administrators will appear, and tap Edit Settings. Step 3.3. In the settings, A. Tap Config File. B. Tap the MDM Managed Configuration to check it or set it as default value. C. Tap the Settings button on the top leftmost part of the screen to go back to Settings. D. Tap the Done button on the top rightmost part of the screen to apply all the settings made. Step 3.4. Swipe up from the bottom of the screen and pause slightly in the middle of the screen. Swipe right or left to find the Safe Exam browser. Swipe up on its preview to close the Safe Exam browser. Warning: failure to close the Safe Exam browser application before proceeding to the next steps can lock your device sooner than expected and create an error. Step 4. Accessing link to the proper configuration file. Step 4.1. Carefully type the file name, given by the proctor, in the text box, and tap the Create and Copy the Configuration File link button. Make sure the spelling of the configuration file is correct, because if not, the old configuration file will be run as default. Step 4.2. Execute the following steps carefully. A. Open the Notes application. B. Paste the config file link from Step 4.1. Step 4.3. Do the following instructions carefully. A. Create a new note by tapping the pencil and paper icon on the top right. B. Tap the Notes button. C. Tap your created note that contains the configuration link. D. Notice that the link now changed its color and is now tappable. Tap the created link to open the Safe Exam browser. Step 5. Accessing SEB and assessment proper. Step 5.1. The device will prompt you to open in SEB. Tap Open. Step 5.2. It will now ask you for a password to use it. Use the settings or entrance password provided by the proctor or assessor. Step 5.3. The Safe Exam browser will ask you to confirm app self-lock. Answer this by tapping Yes. Step 5.4. There are cases that the process confirm app self-lock repeats, especially when your iPad has an old configuration file from past assessments. Just tap Yes again. The prompt SEB reconfigured will appear. Just tap Continue. Step 5.5. Use the login credentials, your MSN, starting with small m, for example M1234, and assessment password, provided by the proctor. Tap Site Home, look for the course that you need to take the exam, and tap it. Under the said course, look for the icon with a paper and check mark. This is the link to the assessment, so tap it. Tap the Attempt Quiz Now button. When it asks for the assessment password, input the assessment password provided by the proctor. and tap the Start Attempt button. This is an example of an MCQ question. Tapping the Next Page button would take you to the next question. This is an essay type of question. To view the keyboard for inputting, tap on the text area. This is the assessment timer. This is the quiz navigation. It can take you to any question number that you need upon tapping. Tap the Finish Attempt button to submit the assessment. Step 6. Unlocking the SEB after assessment, and signing the Google Logout form. Step 6.1. After finishing the assessment, tap the Submit All and finish. Step 6.2. Tap on the power button icon in the bottom of the screen. A prompt asking the quit password will appear. Input the quit password provided by the assessor. Step 6.3. Sign the attendance logout using the Google form for the current assessment in this link. Attendance logout. Step 6.4. Answer the short survey. SEAS Palette Test Survey.